Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of American Soccer Quick Kicks. I'm your host, David Wright. The U.S. men have a couple of matches coming up real soon here in the month of November, and I want to tell you a little bit about what exactly is at stake, what we're playing in, who our opponents are. So the Nations League, CONCACAF Nations League, is once again getting started. This is something that's played every year, starts in the fall, ends in the spring. And because the United States is in the top four FIFA-ranked CONCACAF countries, we received a bye from the group stage, and we are now going to enter the tournament in the quarterfinals. So this is really all there's just a couple of windows left for the Nations League. We're going to play the quarterfinals in this window, and then in March, they're going to have the semifinal and final round to determine the champion. So because of the way it's all worked out, what's emerged from the group stage from the last window was that we have now drawn Trinidad and Tobago as our opponent. So we're going to play Trinidad and Tobago twice here in the month of November. We're going to play them home and away. It's going to be a two-legged match with aggregate score being what counts and what sees the team through. We'll play the first match November 16th in Austin, Texas. It'll be a Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And then we will play the return match in Trinidad and Tobago on Monday, November 20th. That game, I believe, is at 7 o'clock Eastern. These matches are available on TNT, Max, and the Peacock Network. So here's the thing. We are the defending champions of Nations League, and we want to be able, if we're going to assert ourselves as one of the top countries in the world, the first thing you got to do is take care of your region. So you would think Trinidad and Tobago, that'll be a lower level opponent that we should be able to handle pretty easily, but we have to handle it. We have to go take care of business. We can't dismiss the Nations League and still take ourselves seriously as trying to rise up the ranks of the world powers in soccer. So we got to take care of business. We want to be able to dispatch Trinidad and Tobago. That's a country that probably the name still sits heavy with a lot of fans because they were the team that eliminated us from the 2018 World Cup when we were down to the final match of qualifying for that tournament. We were in Trinidad, and they beat us that night. And so, it's a little bit, there's a little bit of baggage there, where we want to be able to beat them this time. But also, here's the other thing. Beating Trinidad and Tobago now automatically qualifies us for the 2024 Copa America. And that's the big prize, okay? We want to be able to play bigger opponents in this qualifying cycle. Well, the big goal here is to play in the Copa America. So we have to beat Trinidad and Tobago over this two-legged match in order to get to the Copa America. And that's where we want to be. That's where we're going to play South American teams. In South America, we're going to have Argentina and Brazil in that. And so we need that. We need that for our preparation for the next World Cup. So that's what's at stake. Now, the losers of the quarterfinal, the four losers of the quarterfinal stage, they will still play like a special playoff match for Copa America. So if you lose the quarterfinals, you still are alive with a chance at Copa America. But it's the quarterfinal winners that automatically get booked for Copa America. In other words, there are 6 spots available for CONCACAF teams. The 4 quarterfinalists winners will definitely go, and then there'll be 2 more drawn from the losers bracket. So anyway, that's what we have here. We got Trinidad and Tobago, 2 legs, aggregate score is what counts. And what's at stake is Copa America. So they've announced the roster. I'm not going to go through every name here, but if you go to the American Soccer Quick Kicks Facebook page, I'll be posting the roster there. These are the names you want to see. This is our A squad. These are the big names. These are the names you should know by now. Okay, with the exception of a couple of big names that are out due to injury. Okay, we are missing Tyler Adams, and we are missing Christian Pulisic, who went down this week with an injury. But all the other names are there. Reina, McKinney, Musa, Aronson, Weah, all these guys, Balogun, all the guys that you want to see. Jedi Robinson is back. He was missing from injury last month. Matt Turner's in there. We have Miles Robinson's in there. So we have all the big names that you want to see. And I've been calling for this. I want to see consistency in the starting 11 as much as possible. Barring injury, I want to see consistency in the starting 11 for this entire World Cup cycle. Let's give these guys minutes together as much as we can over the next 3 years. I want to go ahead and pretty much lock in this starting 11. And then the other names on the roster, you're rotating in and trying to figure out your depth pieces. And we're starting to see some names reoccur, okay? So the one name that jumps out at me, though, that I think is newsworthy is we have Paxton Aronson in this camp. Now, you might recognize the last name. Paxton Aronson is Brendan Aronson's younger brother. And as far as I know, I'm pretty sure this is right. This is the first camp he's been called into for the U.S. men's senior team. So, again, when you got these guys that are being called into their first camp, the likelihood that they'll see minutes on the field during a match is pretty low. You know, they're being brought in to train with these guys and to be around the program, and that's huge. So I don't expect to see Paxton Aronson on the field, but you know, there's always a chance. So anyway, this is our squad. Okay, these are the names you need to be knowing. This is the team you should be getting excited about. We're not bringing some gold squad, gold cup, B squad, C squad, whatever. This is our World Cup team for all intents and purposes. So anyway, tune into these matches. Watch them with me. Again, they're on TNT, Max, Peacock. They're going to come on November 16th, and then we go to Trinidad and Tobago and play on November 20th. Aggregate score. So that means there's going to be extra weight for the away goals, and if even with the weighted away goals, if the aggregate is tied after the second leg, then we will see if it comes down to it, it'll finally be decided by penalty kicks. Hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully the U.S. can dispatch Trinidad and Tobago easily. But why don't you watch those matches with me, and then I will talk to you next time.